everyone, my name is Jay Mills, and these are 10 things you're doing wrong as Astra. I'm a rating controller main with way too many hours on this character, and by adding these small things to your games, you'll start seeing a huge difference in your gameplay. Utilizing her Takeback Star. When Astra pulls back one of her stars, the star becomes a smoke for a second, then dissipates right after. In this second, you're able to create lurk potentials or peek into players, throwing them off and allowing you to slightly reposition before taking the fight. Using pulls for post plant. You can actually use Astra's gravity well to pull the enemies off the bomb while they're defusing. This gives your team another piece of utility during the post plant. Now, a mistake I see people make is instead of pulling them off the bomb, they place a pull and a stun on the bomb, which leaves them stuck in place while stunned. In theory, this is really good because the opponent is stunned and rooted, but the higher elo you go, you'll start to realize players already know this play and decide to tap and get off. Stacking the stars make you waste 2 stars instead of 1 and have less util to play with on their next tap. Deciding whether stun or pull is more valuable. Going back to our old tip, you can use pulls for post plants. So when trying to take a site, try to use your stun instead of the pull to save it for post plant. If someone is stuck in a corner, I get asked a lot to place a pull. Personally, I prefer stuns because they either swing right into your crosshair or they eat the stun, giving you a free kill.
Wow.
I believe the stun is better, but use whatever you prefer to secure the kill. Map awareness. Map awareness is always good, but as a character where you can support your team from anywhere on the map, your map awareness has to be really good. Especially if your team aren't coming for pulls, smokes, or stuns. You need to be active yourself and give it to them without them asking.
Here.
Jump spot.
Concealment! Multiple enemies A. Taking that back. Blocking vision! With pulling them in!
Astra, you're so good, like so good.
Being flexible with your stars. There will be many different situations in which your util can be useful and not just in the entrance of a choke point. I believe a combination of your flexibility and your map awareness is what truly makes you a good Astra player. Make sure you're putting the util in places where it can benefit your team, even if the util is not in the normal spot. Speed and accuracy. This is something basic and it comes with a bit of time and practice, but speed and accuracy when placing the stars. Stars have a delay before you're able to utilize it for a smoke, stun, or pull. Make sure you're placing your stars in time for it to actually be useful instead of waiting too long until they're all past the stars.
Mine. Flank.
Guys in our spawn.
78.
Down.
Last in our spawn.
One enemy remaining.
Here's a flash.
Pulling them in.
He's already out.
Blocking vision.
Good job, Jay. You are fast as fuck with the stars.
Placing and committing your stars too early. When placing your stars too early, it can give the enemy team a tell on what you're trying to take. Astra util such as her smokes, pulls, and stuns don't exactly last too long, so make sure you commit the stars relatively close to the time you're about to hit. Not defaulting your stars. When playing slow or defaulting, it is smart to default stars to prevent the enemy team from knowing what you're doing. For example, on split, it is smart to default a star in male and a star in vents, and either pull back both or smoke one and pull back the other. This will always make the enemy team unsure in whether or not you're trying to play for mid, take B heaven, or vents. Committing too many stars for one fight. I dislike committing 3 or more stars to fight a lane, leaving you with almost no util for the remainder of the round. I'd say only use 2, and if you do commit 3, make sure you win that lane and force the enemy team to take another part of the map that your team already has a trap for or has a good retake planned for. Not using your stars more aggressively when you have your ult. Now I know I said not to commit too many stars, but when you have your ult, you're able to play really flexible with the stars, seeing that the wall would cover at least 2 spots that would have normally been smoked off. That being said, when using your walls, there are going to be times where placing unconventional walls are needed. Just keep in mind that normal walls aren't always the 100% play. Hopefully this helped you out, and if you want a more in-depth guide on how to play her, you can watch my Astra guide right here. Thank you.